The origins to Oreos question is my introduction to hip hop was, besides the music, was breakdancing. Breakdancing, and then as you see breakdancing happening, you're seeing graffiti happening, you're seeing shoelaces and styles and fashion. I was a hick from Puerto Rico just looking at a coloring book, like, but the music was the main thing. That you couldn't do nothing. You couldn't do a park jam without the music. You couldn't do a breakdancing session without the music. You couldn't pop lock without the music. And it was a special kind of music. It wasn't a pop record. It was Run-D.M.C. It was, Curtis Blow. It was a certain, it was a Grandmaster Flash. It was a certain type of music that you can only do these dances to. You know what I'm saying? And of course, B Street comes out, breaking comes out. You start to see it more and more and more, and you start to see it's not a fad or it's going away. And what's great about it, it was more like a treasure hunt. Like you have to go look for it. It's like, yo, somebody's gonna battle at 3 o'clock in back of that school. Bring cardboard. So we will all get together and go to that battle. You know what I'm saying? Or yo, well, we're going to the train tracks tonight. We're gonna get busy and write some graffiti. Okay, so we go into the train tracks and we spray paint the trains and put our tags up, and we looked at that as somebody seeing our name in another borough, like fame. Like, yo, we famous. People are talking about us in other boroughs just based on the tag. And I wasn't a graffiti artist. I would just roll with them. They were nice. I couldn't do that shit. But, for me, I was a fan of it too. So I think what motivates me to stay in the game and to still love it from the day I ran into it to now is the music. It's always going to be the music. The bottom line is the music. And I think if you have an ear for great music, or you have a vision for what that music can do, especially when the record is not even a hit record, it's just a record sitting on the shelf at the company, or a record that just walked in. As before the record even launches out, the ideas that come to your head, and whatever the record is talking about, or wherever you think you should market this record at, and as you're building in, the snowball effect it starts to take between whether it's a dance craze or fashion craze or whatever's going on at the time. That's exciting to me. That's what keeps me motivated. I just think that it's always going to boil down to the record, and for me, it's hip hop music, it's urban music, it's R&B music, it's reggae music, it's Latin music. It's all mixed into one, and you can't deny a great record. If I have to narrow it down to three keys to my success in this business, I think definitely one will have to be relationships. And when I say relationships, everybody that you speak to, everybody has a different attitude about something. Everybody has a different point of view, and you have to learn and have a balance to talk to every individual the way you want to talk to them, but at the same time, you have to try to get your point across. And sometimes people are difficult, and sometimes people will sit there and listen, and sometimes people just having a bad day, and you can't even talk to them. But you have to follow up. And relationships is the number one thing in this business that I live by. I think second would be work ethic. I really treat this. I work really 24/7. No pun intended, but I really live it. Is a difference. When I say I live it, I love the music. I love what comes with it. I hate the negative BS in it, but whatever. Everything has that. Every business has some bullshit behind it, but you can't say, yo, I can't reach Nelson on a Sunday to talk to him about a record. You can't say, I text Nelson at 3 a.m. and this guy hasn't replied to me until the next day. That doesn't make sense. So really, I really, really 100% live it. Like, I live it every day. If I'm not at the office working, if I'm at home, I'm playing music, digging through YouTube, looking for the next thing, for me, and that's not a job. That's just something I just love doing. So I would say that's number two. And then I'll say number three is their ego, bro. I don't have one. I'm not too big or too small to talk to a younger person or older person about anything that has to do with music. I really, to be honest with you, at my age and the amount of years I've been in this business, one of the things that keep me going is the younger people around me. And it's funny at times because some people, Gen Zs is what they call them, or generation, whatever. And then, you know, some people are coming out of college, and then some people just bumped into hip hop music and just love it out of nowhere. But I like talking to all of them. I just like to hear all their perspectives. It doesn't bother me. And then also I can dissect who's really being real about it and who's not. You know, when I have the same conversation with them the week after or the week after, and see if they still on that type of time, or it was just a phase. So that'll let you know, okay, so you was going through a phase for 2 weeks about that record, and now you don't care no more. Obviously, it's not a real record. You know what I'm saying? And that's my teaching to them. Because 2 weeks ago, they were telling me, yo, we got to do something with this, blah, blah, it's the biggest thing in the world. And then 2 weeks later, they don't even care about the record no more. So I have to tell a younger person, say, you know, you got to be easy with what you fight for, you know what I'm saying? To make sure that that's the one. You don't get those kind of opportunities all the time. So biggest lesson that I've learned in this business, and I'm still learning to this day, is that the business changes by the minute. It doesn't change by the day anymore. It doesn't change by the year. It changes by the minute. And the biggest lesson that I get every day is I have to stay on top of what's coming in, and at the same time what's still here from before, and not what you call it, not be biased to it. You know, just accept it for what it is, see what it is, and see how you could take that and make it bigger than what it is. So for me, that's a big lesson that I deal with every day. So it doesn't stop until, I guess, I don't have a passion for it no more. If I could talk to the young me, I would definitely feel like I wish I was more business orientated. Like, I wish I was more open minded to business wise, to see how far I can go in this game earlier in my career. But I think I was so busy chasing me being established in it and me being taken for real, and me, because, you know, at the time when I'm coming in, there's 100 of us at the same time doing the same thing, and I had to I had to pretty much set myself apart from what other people were doing, and I was also looking for that. So in the middle of me looking for how to figure out how do I get into this business, how do I establish myself, how do I make myself different from everybody else, I lost track of how this business works, or how does it work, or where is it going, or where can I go with it. But I just think if you're trying to do both at one time, you might fail at both. So for me, I just focus on let me get in, let me get in, let me get in, let me get in. Once I get in, then I'll just play catch up with everything else in this business. And I mean, it's worked out for me, but I just wish curriculum in high school would have had a class on music business 101, so I could have went in a little bit more prepared. What's up, man? It's Money Nels, and I am a culture builder. Psh.